I talk to myself a lot, and I feel like if I vlog, then that will be less weird. I'm very itchy today. This is my first foray into something. I don't know. I really didn't even know about vlogging until I moved out of my parents' house when I was like 25. I know, ridiculously too late. Because a friend of mine who was like just 18 and his buddy were trying to move, I'm like, I could definitely move out of my parents' house at this point. I had like a steady job, and I mostly just stayed because they weren't charging me rent. We got this rent house that was behind a restaurant, and so either the people in the neighborhood or the restaurant, I had free Wi-Fi. Since we didn't have cable or anything, because we like didn't pay our bills half the time, one of the only things we had was power because we had to, or they wouldn't let us move in. I had my laptop, and there was free Wi-Fi, and so we ended up watching YouTube. It got to the point where I got bored just watching like clips of The Simpsons on YouTube. Finally, I started looking up music, and I ended up looking for They Might Be Giants music, actually, because I had just found out about them. I mean, I heard about them, but I never really listened to them. And I found some, but one of the things I ended up finding was actually who I now know to be as Hexacordal playing The Sun is a Massive Incandescent Gas on his ukulele. And I just thought it was amazing, because I've always kind of liked ukulele. I always sort of thought of it as a joke instrument up until that point. And so I decided to look up other ukulele covers. Not super intentionally, it was just that was what all the related videos were. I was like, this is a thing. And so I looked up a bunch of ukulele covers, and one of them was, who I now know to be is Molly Lewis, playing Toxic. And it was just really interesting, because for one thing, the way that video is shot, you can like barely see her face. She's recording herself by like a desk lamp and playing her ukulele in like a parka or a ski vest. Weird, but catchy. The next one I found was Julia Nunes. And she had a bunch, partially because she was doing some contest submissions, but also because she liked recording music. And so I ended up watching 3 or 4 songs of her playing ukulele covers, and then talking at the end of it. And it got to the point where it was just ridiculously entertaining, and she was kind of cute. And so I was like, hey, I'll watch this cute girl play ukulele, and it'll pass my time. Whoa! I got a text message. It made the phone fall down. And she put up a questions video in the style of John Green, and I'm like, okay. But I just decided to look up more ukulele covers. I also found Sweet Afton 23, like I said, Molly Lewis. And one of her videos was actually her hanging out with John and Hank Green. And I still didn't know who they were. I wanted to know who they were, and so I finally, at some point, after watching these videos for like probably months and months, I finally went over to the Vlogbrothers channel. I was like, these are 2 nerdy guys in their late 20s like me. They're randomly just talking to each other the way me and my brother would talk to each other. They have like so many subscribers and so many followers, and figuring out that YouTube was like content from the people who watch the videos was a big community. And then to find this like whole community of people submitting videos and recording songs and all these amazingly talented people, and I was like, this is something. It makes more sense now, but it was just amazing to me that like that could be popular. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Itchy. And really, there's nothing that I'm missing. It was just amazing to watch them put themselves out there and be their very nerdy selves and be unabashed about it and just like, this is who we are. We're really just talking to each other. But they got a following because they were just being like honest and true and nerdy. And I was like, that's pretty awesome. After having watched the Vlogbrothers for probably a year, I finally heard them talk quite a few times about Wheezy Waiter. Having learned my lesson to not ignore something like that, I finally went over to his channel and was again amazed. It's like, here's this nerdy, like late 20-year-old in his apartment talking about chips and salsa and clones and alligators and whales, and I'm like, somebody tapped into my sense of humor. That's awesome. And so I've just been watching for so long. I need to participate in this community if at all possible a little bit more. I'm just trying to be entertaining, but mostly to myself because I get bored a lot. And if anybody else finds this interesting, power to you. But I'm bored, and yeah, I have a phone that makes videos, and I'm going to download some free editing software just to cut out some of my ramblings and coughings and itchings and sneezings and see what I get. But yeah, bye.